Obviously I do not condone drink driving at all. To be honest, I was a little bit scared. It's like stepping back in time. Police roadblock here. We didn't expect that from them. Completely endangering your life. People all around the world are great.
Border turkey, like right there.
Lots of watermelons. Two desperate hitchhikers.
Shawarmas.
We tried to give them money, not to judge a book by its cover. Try a luck at hitchhiking. Kind of looked like he was high, legalized marijuana. It's actually in Turkey. Obviously a touchy subject.
Say cheese!
From the snow-capped mountains of Georgia to the desert of Armenia.
Hello.
Hello guys, welcome to our second day in Armenia. We are just at the train station right now. We've got a taxi here. We are heading to Korvarat, which is this epic church with sweet scenery around it. Should be a pretty cool day seeing that, and then we're going to try and hitchhike like south, maybe 100 kilometers to some accommodation that we have booked. I don't know how we'll go for time. Kind of pushing it a bit, but we'll see if we can make it down there. We have to go and find a minibus and get on the road. Very hot day today. Cool little car here. I'm really hoping that we can hitchhike in an old Soviet Union car because that'd be epic, but we'll see how we go. So we're just walking through the suburbs trying to get to the bus station from the train station. Some pretty interesting looking houses.
What happened, Quinn? Basically we got an hour to wait for our minibus, so we're dropping on some shawarmas while we wait.
I made it onto the bus. Made some friends.
And many years ago, about 1959, well it was indeed in 1959, a dear old friend with whom I had been associated, owned a record company, which was Riverside, sent me a demonstration record of an album he was about to release. And it was a guitarist then quite unknown. It was Wes Montgomery.
Hey guys, so we made it to Korvarat. We've got just over an hour to explore the church up this hill over here, and then we're going to meet the bus driver. He's going to take us to the main road, and then we're going to try our luck at hitchhiking. But first, we've got what I can imagine to be some amazing views up here. Let's have a look. Getting into what looks like a desert now. Cool change of scenery from the snow-capped mountains of Georgia to the desert of Armenia. Alright guys, so you can see Mount Ararat that you saw in yesterday's video. The mountain that's actually in Turkey but apparently belongs to Armenia. Obviously a touchy subject, an amazing mountain nevertheless. So the church behind me here, this is why this location holds such significance, is because it's one of the most important churches in Armenia's Christianity history. I'm not sure if it was one of the first churches in Armenia, but I know it's one of the most important. I think we might go up the hill a bit, get away from this busy area and see if we can get a better vantage point from up the top of this hill here. It's so hot right now. It's like 6 million degrees again. Quinn's been hired as a photographer, this family here. Say cheese! So we made it up this small hill here. We'll go further up, but you can see the Korvarat church here, Mount Ararat in the background. Stunning. Have a look up this hill here. So made it to the top. Amazing views. It is quite misty though, so you can't actually make out the mountain that well, especially on video. I know it won't show off as amazing as it is in real life. You'll have to come here and see it for yourself. 360. The time lapse of that smoke you just saw, it's actually in Turkey. There's a fence down here, and on the other side of that's Turkey. You can't see it, but there's a mosque over in the distance there, and they were just having a call to prayer before. Pretty amazing. That's the border, I think. What are your thoughts on this location, Quinn?
Pretty epic, pretty cool to be able to be so close to Mount Ararat. And you got the border of Turkey like visibly right there, and you can see Korvarat and a mosque, the mountain, and then back to Armenia, all in the same view.
So we're just making our way down this little hill here to meet up with our driver. Our driver's pretty funny. Kind of looked like he was high or something, but he's the most chill driver we've had in the whole of Georgia and Armenia. He was a really relaxed driver, so you know, if that's what it takes for the drivers to be relaxed, then I'm all for it. Legalize marijuana. No. So yeah, we'll jump on the bus and gonna head to the main road and then try our luck at hitchhiking 90 kilometers, so wish us luck. Arrived on the side of this motorway here and there's a bit of traffic, so hopefully we can get a hitchhike ride. As you can see, it was very jam-packed in that minivan. There's like 600 people in the back, and there was a guy in the front that was taking up 2 seats with his shoes, and like all these old ladies had to keep on getting into the van, and Quinn was sandwiched up against the wall. Meanwhile, this young guy in the front just had 2 seats. Pretty funny. So let's try and hitchhike. Maybe we'll get a watermelon, because lots of watermelons. So we just met these gentlemen and we think that they're going to give us a watermelon for free on the side of the road here. It's very nice of them. Merci. Merci.
Bye.
Bye. Merci.
Bye bye.
See you later.
Ciao.
Thank you.
What a score. Those guys just called us over and just gave us watermelon. We thought they were trying to sell it to us at first, but no, just out of the kindness of their heart. They saw 2 desperate hitchhikers and thought, those boys need a watermelon. Gonna walk up here. Now we've had some lovely nutrients from some watermelon. We're hoping to get a nice hitchhike ride. Got a ride in like 2 seconds.
You're listening to the sounds of Showtime DJ.
Okay guys, so just come up to like a police roadblock here. We got a ride in an old Soviet car, so that's pretty cool. Because I know Jan, one of my subscribers, said she wanted to see hitchhiking in an old Soviet car. We got picked up by probably the most iconic Soviet car, a Lada over here. These guys picked us up. Super nice guys. They pulled over, they got some beers, and to be honest, I was a little bit scared at the start because they went off the main road, but I think we looked it up on our Maps app, and I think it's a shortcut, and there's heaps of cars on this road anyway. And they had a beer each, but they just had one. You know, I think that's okay. If they like kept on drinking, me and Quinn would probably get out, but yeah, I think they're all good. The amazing scenes around here. Some of the areas around here is like stepping back in time, like you saw driving past the cows, and there's a big police roadblock up here. I'm not sure how long we have to wait. We think we've got to ride all the way to our destination, which if that turns out to be true, that's pretty cool. Crazy adventures here. Obviously I do not condone drink driving at all. I'm not normalizing it or anything, but when you're hitchhiking, you kind of have to be a little bit flexible. Not to the point that you're completely endangering your life, but to the point where you bend a few rules here and there. Anyway, I'll keep you posted with how we go. Crazy adventures here in Armenia.
Ասեմ շատ կտևի է։
Ինչ կա։ Քերա քանքովություն դեմ։
Okay guys, so it's several hours later and we have made it to our destination, but wow, what a day. We waited at that police blockage for a while. We couldn't get through, so we had to turn around, go all the way back around double track. Those guys were so nice. We tried to give them money because they were just so accommodating and friendly and doing so much for us, you know. Like I said at first, I was like a bit scared because they pulled up in this completely tinted out car. Something I always need to remind myself of is not to judge a book by its cover. It's so important because you can see a guy pulling up in an older car, taking the back roads, and you're a bit freaked out, and then they pull over and buy a beer and you're like, oh. But then it turns out they're the nicest dudes. That's one of the main things I'm trying to show with this YouTube channel, is to show people all around the world are great. It doesn't matter their country or their religion or their race or their age, or if they're a guy or a girl. There's nice people all over the world. You can find them everywhere. Anyway, so after we drove all through the night, and I couldn't get many shots, sadly, because it was so dark. If I'm ever in a situation where my finances are enough where I can buy a camera that works in low light, then I can film more at night. But until then, I'm with this camera, and this camera is great. It's a great camera, but just at night time I can't get the best shots. Anyway, so we drive all through the night, and the guys kept on like making phone calls and things. We thought they were just calling their friends or something. Turns out they were organizing someone to meet us because they had to stop around 30 kilometers short of where we were going, and so they arranged someone to meet us there, because if no one was there we'd be kind of stranded in the dark. We didn't expect that from them. We'd be still grateful if we were dropped in the middle of nowhere for how far they took us. Anyway, so this guy pulls up and we like arrange a price. I think it was like $7 maybe for like the rest of the 30 kilometers, which is a great deal anyway considering how far we got hitchhiking. You saw on the video we literally hitchhiked for like 2 minutes at the absolute most, and a car pulls up. Amazing. Great hospitality. So yeah, we've arrived in the location here. Really nice guy that owns this guest house. Really nice, authentic, old furniture. We didn't get to see much of the landscapes around here, but I'm pretty sure they're really amazing landscapes because we're driving through like mountain passes and things on the way here. So lots to check out tomorrow. I will leave you on that note. Another successful day hitchhiking and a great second day in Armenia. First full day in Armenia. Great first impression. Absolutely loving Armenia so far. Weren't expecting it to be like it is. We were expecting it to be cool, but it's like super cool. So anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys. Just one last thing before I go, guys. We have got some dinner here, and look at this feast. We have some like delicious freshly cooked fish. We've got some watermelon, would you call it, or grapefruit?
It's like a watermelon grapefruit cordial, but homemade, so it's really good.
We've got some brutally strong schnapps that take your head off. And some bread, and this is all from the guest house here, so amazing. Alright guys, peace out.